Alright, so get this. This game just dropped Yuji Itadori's full ultimate moveset, and yep, his domain expansion. Kinda crazy, right? Now, yeah, we know Yuji uses a domain later in the manga, toward the final arc. But even then, there's no clear, full-on reference to what it looks like or how it works. And yet, this game just said, you know what? Let's make one anyway. That's bold. Even some of the biggest JJK games haven't gone there yet. You know why? Because the risk is huge. If fans hate it, it flops hard. But this game, they just full sent it, made up their own concept, and dropped it like it was nothing. So in this video, we're gonna check it out, see how Yuji's domain actually works in-game, and I'll give you my full, honest thoughts at the end. And hey, make sure you watch all the way through because, yep, another giveaway is live. Speaking of which, before we get started, let's pick 2 lucky winners from our last video. If you want to get in on this one, it's super simple. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, watch the whole thing, and drop a comment with your thoughts and your username. That's all you got to do. All right, let's get into it. All right, before we jump into the main event, just a quick heads up. They've actually made some changes to the combat system and reworked a few character moves. Nothing too major, just some tweaks here and there to help balance the gameplay. I'm not going to go into every single detail. You can hop in and check it out for yourself. But I did want to quickly showcase these 2 new finishers they added for Megumi and Yuta, just in case you missed them. Let's take a look. So for Megumi, his new now has a finisher, and man, the animation, straight fire. It looks super clean and honestly feels like a legit upgrade to his kit. Now for Yuta, it's Queen's Aid. It's pretty solid. It's not over the top or anything, but you can definitely see the effort. It adds some nice flavor to his moveset. And yeah, props to the devs for that one. Alright, I'm not gonna drag this out. I know y'all just want to get straight to Yuji, so let's do it. Now, I'm not gonna showcase every single move. Most of you probably caught all that in my previous videos. Instead, I'm jumping straight into what's new and break down some of the tech behind the moves that you might not have noticed. So first up, we've got Pillar Slice. So as you can see, the mechanic's pretty straightforward. Yuji slams the ground, charges forward, grabs a chunk of that pillar, and just wrecks the opponent with it. Now I'll be real, landing it isn't the easiest. The distance can feel a little off at times, but you do have full control. It's all about timing. Once you lock in the rhythm though, yeah, it hits damn hard. Next up, my brother. Now this one's kinda expected, but still cool to see in action. It's a cursed energy variant that costs 2 bars to use. There are a few different triggers you can play around with. While it's in that spinning animation phase, you can actually aim at nearby targets and press mouse 1. That'll teleport you straight to that target instead. You can do that a couple of times before the move kicks in fully. The time it takes to trigger depends on how many enemies are in the zone. It scales a bit, but if you want to skip the build-up and just let it rip early, you can press the button again to activate it right away. Okay, the next move, 8 Black Flash. This one's another cursed energy variant, and look, if you're expecting some kind of button-mashing QTE or a combo chain, yeah, nah, that's not what this is. What you see is the actual animation that plays once the move is triggered. No inputs, no extra steps. Now, personally, it does feel like one of those one-and-done cinematic finishers. You know what I mean? The kind of move you pull off once, it looks sick, and then after a while you're like, all right, I've seen it. But credit where it's due, they cooked this one up real nice. It looks clean. And finally, we've got Yuji's domain expansion. Now, I'm not sure what the official name of this domain is, but here it is in all its glory. It's actually pretty unique compared to other domain expansions we've seen in the game. So from what I've figured out after playing around with it, there seem to be two variants of this move, and each one has its own effect, at least from what I've experienced. First up, if you manage to trigger the train station version of the domain, inside you'll find a sort of sure hit effect, this blue dismantle style scissor attack that just keeps hitting the opponent repeatedly. On top of that, every few seconds, a train comes through and smashes into the opponent. Now, if there are multiple people inside the domain, the train's target feels random. But if there's only one opponent, it locks right onto them. No mercy. And here's a cool part. Within the domain, you can actually press the domain keybind again, and it will guarantee a soul slice hit without burning your stackable version of that move. Now, the other variant of Yuji's domain takes place in this snowy-looking area. Yeah, you guessed it. It's a clear nod to that iconic scene between Mahito and Yuji. Mechanically, it works pretty similar to the train station domain. You still get that scissor dismantle effect, those repeated hits on the opponent inside. And yep, you can also recast the domain key to trigger a guaranteed soul slice, just like with the first variant. The main difference? There's no train smash in this one, so don't expect that extra damage wave flying in every few seconds. But here's something I noticed, and I'm not 100% sure on this yet, so take it with a grain of salt. But it looks like this version slows down the opponent's movement while they're trapped inside. Could be subtle, but I definitely felt a difference. Everything else, like the dismantle effect and the recast mechanic, stays the same. So what can I say about this update? Well, it might not be perfect. Sure, they could have pushed the mechanics for Yuji's domain a bit further, especially with how creative the setup is. But overall, this is easily one of the best takes on Yuji's domain expansion we've seen in any JJK game so far. The visuals, on point, the feel, smooth. And considering how risky it is to drop a domain that doesn't even have a solid anime or manga reference yet, I gotta call it a win. That's just me. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, what you liked, what you didn't, and how you think it stacks up to other games.